Hello everyone and welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, we found the unfindable, amongst other things, and did some kind of side quests for Shilks, amongst other stuff kind of generally around the colony. This episode we're actually going to be concluding everything in Colony 6. We are going to be doing the final quest chain here and inviting the final few people as part of that. So, to start off, we've got two of them to get. Number one is if we go near Gemman Stall in Colony 9. Then at night time over where Desiree used to be is this guy, Alexei.
How's it going?
You got a minute? I'm thinking about moving out of here, you see. Do you reckon Colony 9 sounds like my kind of place? 6 even? Fuck's sake, it's never going to work well for me. Sorry if my voice went weird there. A cat just jumped off my desk onto a higher part of my desk. Right next to my microphone, so I suspect that will have boing-oinged it a bit. Do you reckon like Colony 6 sounds like my kind of place? From what I hear, I could really make something of myself there. I heard they built a watchtower. I'd love to volunteer towards helping with the reconstruction. What do you think? So, let's invite him to Colony 6. Ha, yes, goodbye, Colony 9. It's off to greener pastures for me, the new frontier. I'm not going to hang around here a second longer. See you there. And then, oh shit! Enemies are attacking one of the colony's ether planters. So, this is Defend Colony 6 Demon. Defeat the Demon King Dragonia. That one's a real piece of shit. I've complained in the past about those ones that they don't scale well. Like the last one that comes at levels when you're 75% complete is like level 60. Defend against the demon only comes when you're at 95% complete, so I expected it was going to crop up this episode. And he's a level 99 monster. He's not a unique monster, and his stats are relatively easy, so it should be doable. I was genuinely hoping to be perhaps a little higher level when he came across, but there we go. Final guy we want to invite for now is Don Argentis. Did you hear the rumours about the wonderful Colony 6? People of any race are welcome. I'm thinking about moving there. You never know, they might need a high-end-tier representative. Yep, let's invite this lad as well. Lad, he's an old man. Oh, you will not be disappointed. Leave all Colony 6 high-end tier matters to me. Here I come, Colony 6. As far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be much disadvantage to not immediately doing the Defend Colony 6 quests. Like, if you leave them, I don't think anything bad happens. Let's not find out, though. There he is. This is a second Dragon-type enemy, one of only 3 in the game, and we've already fought one, the Dragon King Alcar. This is the Demon King Dragonia. Annoyingly called Demon King Dragonia, when he's clearly a dragon. Things we need ready for this. I'm using a party of Melia, Ricky, and Shulk. I'm not going for a fully Ether party, just because having Shulk's visions and talent arts are like Monado art, are extremely useful here. Melia has actually got something she doesn't normally have, which is Summon Wind, which gives agility up, which makes it a lot easier for especially Shulk's attacks to hit, which will be useful. Ricky is set up nicely in Ether mode, and Shulk, this is crucial. Shield must be at full level. This guy has a level 9 talent art and will ruin your day with it. And armor is also up to full. Doesn't have to be up to full, but get armor as high as you possibly can, because it's really useful for when shield just isn't quite going to cut it. Yeah, he's level 99. This might, well, we'll see how we do. I'm, of course, playing as Melia because that's basically the only way to ensure the Melia is used properly. Just summon the wind, and then just have that give agility to people. Then, let's go. We have a slightly unfortunate thing that there's no obvious way in which we are actually laying down damage here, other than Melia, who isn't great. Melia doesn't want the aggro, really. I'm hoping Ricky can take the aggro relatively well. Or at least shot. Basically, we'd have to pass in between. That's one of the issues, is there's no natural... Oh shit, I actually finally agility him. Whoops. Crush 10. No shielding against that, but we should be alright, yeah. I'm basically hoping to really whittle him down with damage over time. So I've chucked Earth on him. I'm using Flare quite a lot, and I'm kind of trying to avoid using Electric more than I strictly need to. I'm hoping Ricky will also use his hero time quite a lot to keep us out of low tension, because low tension can be a real problem in this fight. Ricky is also going to provide our healing, hopefully, and the idea is we're basically just going to... This is going to be the death of 1,000 cuts. Worth a try to try and topple him. Right, whenever I can, I want to slap Earth on him, and I want to keep that agility one up, just to make it so much easier for Shulk to hit. I'll be occasionally drawing the aggro, because that can't really be avoided, but it shouldn't be so bad. Ricky's healing is actually pretty good, to the point where it's, as ever, not quite worth sacrificing a full party slot on Sharla. There we go. Oh, I've got the aggro. Ow, 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 ow. Yeah, it's not worth sacrificing a full party slot for Charla's healing because you don't really need it that much. Ricky is good enough for that, and he seems to be keeping us from going into low tension pretty nicely. I don't want to do a chain attack at all. I just want to keep my right, Fatal Crunch. Oh, that is fatal. There used to be an exploit in this. We can't do it anymore. Melia has an art that we've not really used as armor. That should hopefully help things out a bit. That'll tank 75% of the damage, or not! What the shit? Did that just... Well, that's not on. Fuck's sake. Well, we need this ladder up, definitely. Oh, I should have fucking art sealed him with Mind Blast. Well, I'll do it now. Yeah, there used to be a trick where if Fatal Crunch was used on Melia, Melia has an art called Reflection, which reflects an art back. At more damage. Because Fatal Crunch inflict... Oh, that's why armor didn't work. Fatal Crunch inflicts instant death. Which is why the old Melia trick used to work. That you would just inflict instant death actually back on him. But that, apparently they've patched out so he can't just inflict instant death on himself. He's gone for a walk over there? Oh, that was odd. But yes, I'm actually... Weird though it seems to cut in this. This is going to take quite some time. So I'll just cut back if anything interesting happens. Now there we did do something quite cool. If it's actually going to affect... There we go. He was going to use Fatal Crunch, but we used Mind Blast, which seals all arts, so he couldn't fire it off, so instead he switched to Air Crush, which we are able to shield against. Obviously that relies on having Melia in the right place at the right time, which isn't necessarily that reliable. But we're actually doing alright with him. Back to the speeder. That was a nice one as well, because there, Razor Wind, I don't know if Shulk used speed or anything like that as well, but also Razor Wind, Summon Wind, gave Ricky the agility needed to dodge Fatal Crunch. Oh, you love to see it. Oh, we got an achievement there, the Art of War. Let's see what that is. There we go. Ooh, that was a bit close at times, but generally for an enemy that's that much higher level than us, actually that was all right. I was never that worried that things were going to go seriously south. And look at that, the Demonic Everflame, a stone that burns with a destructive heat for all eternity. We need that for Replica Monado 4. Demon King Dragonia is one of only 2 sources of that, and the other one is a level 120 super boss, the highest level enemy in the game. I think... Holy shit, I've got fucking 2 of them. Ricky yoinked one! Not that it matters, you literally only need 1 for the thing, but that's very funny, that he was actually able to yoink 1. Yeah, that party setup is a bit unusual, but it actually worked surprisingly well. But that's not what we're here to do. What we're actually here to do is a mutually exclusive set of quests, depending on, once again, who is invited. So weirdly, and I'll explain why this is weird in a second, let's head over to the colony... to the ether plant even in RSC. And over here we have N. Argentis. The 2 mutually exclusive ones are 2 sisters, and they're the daughters of Don Argentis, N and Zell. Weirdly, you have to have them both in the affinity chart registered before you can invite one. We want to invite N, but we actually can't yet because we don't have a sister. I wonder where everyone went. I can't contact Papa or my sister. I suppose I can get along fine by myself. And with her registered, we can then speak to Zell, who is at the Sororal statues in Sororal Marsh.
How's things?
I wonder where my father and sister have gone. I cannot get any news here. If only I were in a place with people from all over the world. So we can invite her, but we actually don't want to do that. We do want to do that in the long run. But first, we need to... Wings of Nobility is an achievement. I think that's speak to every single named high-end tier in the game. Because... we will have done that by the end of this chapel, which is... At the end of this chapel? I was reading ahead of my notes to Herrick Chapel, which is next episode. Well, at the end of this episode, I was scanning the next episode to see the next episode are we doing behind tier stuff, but we're not. We're in the Herrick Chapel, as you can possibly tell. Anyway, what we need to do now is return and invite N Argentis. So, visualizer on, vision effect on, please, because we are not doing this.
Me.
Where could Papa have gone? It's getting really hard living here. I want to go to Papa. Do you know where he is? Papa is in Colony 6. Thank you for telling me. I'll go there right away. Hopefully I'll see you again sometime in Colony 6. So, yeah, in order to invite the hopeful survivors, I think that means, well, we'll see this again, but I believe that means that we've got everyone in Colony 6 as well. This is the final Colony 6 quest. That would make sense. But yes, you need to have Don Argentis invited, and then you need to have both of the sisters registered in the affinity chart to invite one of them. Not clear, from a plot perspective, why you can't just invite both, but there we go. And they don't really make it clear like they often do by saying, like, oh, this will lock this off if you don't do it. Anyway, we now need to... She'll offer us a quest once she's here. So let's make it daytime in Colony 6. That's a lie, we don't want to make it daytime, because she's here between 3 in the afternoon and 3 in the evening. Let's talk to N. Argentis. This is a coincidence. I was just looking for someone like you. You look troubled. Is something worrying you? Do you think you could talk to my dad and keep him busy? I want to go and see Peppino. Papa would stop me if he found out, so I need your help. This is Family Secrets. Have a chat with Don Argentis. My future with Peppino depends on you. Keep him busy. You can count on us. We'll get it done. So, weirdly, we can't do that right now. This quest works out a bit oddly because of how time works in this game. But Don sits on this bench in the mornings. So we'll have a little bit of a chat with him here. I hear you and I have some business today, no? My daughter has requested you keep me company in her absence. Am I right? Yes, you're correct. Yes, I thought I was right. That doesn't put me at ease. She usually asks someone to keep me company for a reason. That reason is never a good one. Ah, yes. Perhaps you can tell me what my daughter is up to. We know nothing. You don't know? I see. And it's never a good time when she keeps things secret from me. She must be up to something. I'm sure of it. I wonder. Suppose there is no point worrying. I should stop worrying so much. There really is no point. Would you like to hear about how wonderful and charming Anne is? She is a selfish and spoiled girl, but I love her all the same. But maybe you know her good points already. She's strong-minded, let's be positive. I think she is spoiled, but there we go. You are well informed. Anne is a girl who sees things through to the very end. That, at the very least, is essential for us half-high Entia to survive. Interestingly, yeah, full-size wings, but they're still half-high Entia. Obviously they are, because he's not trying to eat my face off right now. I see. You seem very interested in my daughter, Anne. She'll be returning to us soon, so let us make this the last chat. Let me see. Ah, yes. I am troubled over Anne's choice in man, her fiancé to be precise. It's ultimately her choice, but I fail to see what she sees in him. He is poor and weak-minded. What do you think? If they're happy, why worry? You are young. Happiness never guarantees a long and successful partnership. A marriage should be based on stronger stuff and made to last. It would be a disaster if she was to go through what I once did. And that is the end of our interesting little chat. You helped me consider many things I would not have. Find Anne later and she will give you your payment. Oh, what the fuck. I guess that's just the game telling you, by the way, this guy ain't where you end this quest, but it's very bizarre that he says that. But back here is Anne.
Me.
Thank you for this. Peppino will be pleased too. Obviously, Peppino has to have been invited for this, but we invited him last time to try his luck with Rosemary. The only thing is, I have a bad feeling about something. But thanks to you, Peppino and I can have some quality time. Thank you. I wonder where our next date will be. I can't wait. And that completes Family Secrets. Though, technically, this is called Family Secrets brackets N. Argentis, because there's a similar quest line which is involving her sister, which we'll get to later on. Get the party started. Don't know what that means. Next up. Well, first off, there's a skill link developed, so I'll have a look at that. But I'm very confused because there's not someone here who should be here. There he is. So this is Peppino, her boyfriend. So let's have a chat with him.
Good day.
You better not be the ones who let slip about me and Anne. Her dad gave me a right telling off. Oh, this guy was Australian, wasn't he? How worrying. No, wait, that's shut. Fucking hell. Now Anne's not allowed to see me, says her dad. Doesn't matter though, she sneaks off of the house after he nods off. He did challenge me to find some things to prove my love for Anne. I need some slow boss ice rocks and whisper bliss rings. That's not easy to say either. He said he'll only approve me if I find them for him, and he knows I'll fail too. Do you think you can get him for me? If I went and did it myself, I'd just get killed, and what will that prove? It'll be my death, and Anne will be distraught at my death. Come on guys, do us a favour. So, Sue Slowboss Ice Rocks from Slowbosses. That doesn't seem like that should be how you pluralize that. And Wisp Bliss Rings from the Fallen Arm. Thanks. With things as bad as they are, you're the only ones I can turn to. You can count on us. We'll get it done. So, we'll go and do the Slowbosses first. I suppose it would be Slowboss. Yeah, it would make more sense than it just being two S's in a row. So the Slowbosses are found on Valak Mountain. Best place to get them is just around near the Knothall Tower. There's a good collection of them there.
Rhyme. You bash, we talk. Moral. We're still standing, aren't we?
Oh, we've not heard that one before. That's this. As I say, every set of 3 party members has a unique set of quotes, which I think you start getting once they're all above blue affinity? Or blue affinity or above. That one wasn't one of the best, I'll be honest. That's the first ice rock. And there is our second one. As for the Wisps, the best place for them, they're all on the Fallen Arm, but Digit 2 Plane is a nice little place for them at nighttime. That's our first one. I've had to go all the way to the top and start from the bottom again, but we have got one. And there is our second, so let's return these to Peppino.
Good day.
Wow, thanks. Well, I expect our dad expected me to get killed trying to get these things. We'll show him how true love overcomes all. Wait here and get ready for the celebration party of your life. Her dad's such a liar. He admitted I passed his test, but he still won't let me see Anne. What's the guy's problem? If that's the way he wants us to play, then game on. Well, I know it was all worthless in the end, but thanks anyway. Looks like I have to think of something else. See you around, guys. And him and Anne both disappear at the conclusion of that quest. Betrothal test. Interesting. Let's go in the morning and speak to Dawn Argentus again. You there, you must know. I cannot find my dear daughter. Do you know where she could be? It's still a way to go. We've got to get past the boy on his leg first. Tephra Cave's supposed to be an amazing place, baby. Anne, are you sure you want to go? Yes, we have no other choice. Oh no. But as long as you and me together, we're unstoppable. We are. Let's go, Peppino. Yeah, Tephra Cave's supposed to be an amazing place, he says. How the fuck else did he get here from Colony 6 than by going through Tephra Cave? Ugh. So this gives us stopping the elopement. Search Tephra Cave for the couple. So you won't say. I wish I'd never gone against her decision in the first place. And I should not be worrying about where she is now. This one's a shitty one. It's not difficult, it's just tricksy. Because when they say they're in Tephra Cave, they are in fact on what I keep thinking of as being Bionis Leg, but is in fact Tephra Cave. They are actually here on Kneecap Hill, which is technically in Tephra Cave, but annoying. Let's talk to Anne.
Me.
Stop this silliness right now. Have you come to stop me? It's no use, I'm going to elope. I'll jump off here. I don't think that's what eloping means. Huh? Really? Anyway, I don't care. I've made up my mind. Your father is really worried. Papa will be fine. He never cared about me. I'm sure he wants his daughter to be happy. That's not true. So, are you happy now? Would jumping make you happy? Until we came here, Peppino and I had fun together. I was happy. I understand. So, wouldn't you want the fun you had to last even longer? You can live on Colony 6 without living under your father's roof. It's too early to give up. You're right. Yes, I will try that. If I can do it with Colony 6, I will go... If I can do it, I'll go back to Colony 6 with Peppino. That makes perfect sense. You can't make rash decisions. Thank you. I will go back and face Papa. And with that, we also need to return and speak to Dawn. My daughter has returned. You persuaded her, and for that I am truly grateful. Good. It was our pleasure. We are considering whether the 3 of us should live together. It will be difficult for me to adjust, but with time I will find a way. I don't really have a choice. You'll be fine. Don't be too hard on them now, will you? I won't make that mistake. Compared to the pain I would put my daughter through, it is nothing. And my daughter and her man will be happy together. That is what is most important. You are not wrong. It is a miracle that 2 so different people found each other. Some might even call it fate. And now they can be happy. I wish you all the happiness in the world as well. Love and affection overcome all. They're infectious, travelling from person to person. And that completes stopping the elopement. This also gets, as you might have guessed from her direct involvement in it, Charla's affection skill branch. But we're not going to look at that, because that isn't the branch we do. We're actually going to invite N. Argentus' marginally less irritating sister, Zell. So this gets us Wings of Nobility again, talking to her, because last time... Actually, no, I would have crossed it off last time, fuck it. Anyway, she said, if only we're in a place for people all over the world, and we invite her to Colony 6. What? My father, Don Argentis, is living in that colony? Thank you, thank you! I'm fed up of living alone. I'm heading straight there. And this will also get us the achievement for everyone's in Colony 6, the hopeful survivors. With that, now the arc is similar, but not the same, hence I am going to show both, certainly. But let's go and speak to Zell, who's in the same spot N was in.
How's things?
Oh, you are just in time. I am in a spot of bother. I'm about to go out with friends. Could you please keep father occupied while I do? He just worries so much when I leave him alone at night. My father never changes. That's why I need you to keep him busy. He needs a distraction. What kind of daughter would make her father worry at night? Surely you must have had a similar experience. This is the most important period of my life. I guess girls will be girls. So this is, again, Family Secrets, but this is Family Secrets Zell Argentis, which is similar but not the same. Certainly, get the party started. Certainly, Don's text is slightly different. So she said he hates being left alone at night, but he's not even out and about during the night, only in the day. I hear you and I have some business today, no? My daughter has requested you keep her company in my absence, am I right? Yes. Yes, I thought I was right. Zell is a kind soul. Whenever she is with friends, she has someone come and talk to me. Yes. Do you wish to discuss something else? How about we talk of my daughter? I can assure you I shan't be lonely even if you were not here. Stay and chat. Well, I often count and then pluck the blades of grass in my garden. Jesus Christ. She usually gets back after I've plucked about 10,000 blades. But I wish you would not miss her curfew. That's when I have to count even more blades than usual. What a thrilling life you have, Don. What is it, you still want to chat? I often stew about what to do with Zell when she breaks curfew. What would you do if she was your daughter? Tell me. Softly explain the problem. I don't think these things actually matter, but I like to choose what feels like the right ones. I share your opinion, but I often get angry at her actions. But I forgive her nonetheless. She is my little girl, and she always will be. As long as she returns home safely to me, I am a happy father. What now? Oh, you want to hear more of Zell? She'll be home soon. This will have to be our last little chat. Let me see. Ah, yes. I am troubled over Zell's choice of men. Her fiancé, to be precise, is ultimately her choice, but I fail to see what she sees in him. He's poor and weak-minded. What do you think? I'm going to say if they're happy, why worry? If you are young, but happiness never guarantees you get long and successful partnership. A marriage should be based on stronger stuff than that and made to last. If she would go to be a disaster if she would go to what I once did. And that is the end of our interesting little chat. You have made me consider things that I may not have found until later, and she'll give you a payment. That's hard to read fast. I was going to say I'm not a good fast reader. I am, because my default reading speed is very fast. I'm just a fast talker. So if I try and actually go faster, it's a goddamn nightmare. Anyway, here is Zell. We can see the Bionis fist up there, the one that was gripping the sword. That's quite cool. It's alright. I greatly appreciate this. Thank you. Good. It was our pleasure. Father has been acting strangely recently. Perhaps he has found out about me and my sweet Lexi. Never mind. Thank you. Please appreciate this as a token. Please accept this as a token of my appreciation. And that completes Family Secrets Zell Argentis, which is obviously mutually exclusive with the other Family Secrets. And follows a bit of a similar thing, that here she is at nighttime now with her lover, Alexei, who we invited earlier this episode, and he offers us a quest. Where did you go? I've been looking for you. Did Zell tell you about us? That's the problem, you see. She's been telling people about us, and now her dad knows. How worrying. You should see him. He's absolutely fuming with rage. He kept saying he'd never approve, no matter what. I did my best to bring her around, but it was no use. He wants 5 scratch jewels and 2 lucky Chilkin rings. But that's impossible, and he knows it. Things aren't looking good for me and Zell. I'm begging you, please help us. Are you sure you thought this through, Alexei? I mean, he did ask you to get those things for him. Maybe you should think this over some more? No, I've thought long and hard, and I did consider finding them myself. But I know I can't do it. I'm asking you out of desperation. This is the only way I know that won't end in us breaking up. Well, if you're sure. So, we have everything we need. That's nice. This is betrothal test again. We would get 5 scratch jewels from Pernera Luca and Erith, and 2 lucky Chilkin rings from Chilkins on Valak Mountain. But we've already got them. Thank you. You're the only ones I can ask. Me and Zell's relationship is in your hands. You can count on us. We'll get it done. So, we would immediately return those to him, but actually, it's slightly annoying that we don't have anything to do with the Chilkins, because I actually did want to do a heart-to-heart in Valak Mountain anyway. So let's go to Laluth Church, which is where I was planning on harvesting Chilkins. Because there's a decent number here which you can just kill over and over again by spawning here. But what we want to do, speeder on, is head down this long corridor. It's weird that the clock up there still says it's daytime. Now it's changing to nighttime, but interestingly, the lights are... Oh no, the meter's head? Ah, there you Either way, this is where we had the War God statue, and there is a heart-to-heart here, which is only available at night, and it requires, wow, a Ryan and Charla, not that... Ryan and Charla. Ryan and Fiora, not that high affinity. I thought they would have been pretty much full by now. That is surprising. Let's get them all affinitied up. That took a while to get them up, but yes, this is a heart-to-heart between Ryan and Fiora called First Sight of Snow. Oh, I hate the cold. How come? I just do, you know? The snow don't help, and I've never even seen snow before. Me neither, it looks so white. Nothing like this ever happens back in the colony. I don't get it, what's up with balls of ice just falling from the sky? Stupid idea if you ask me. I'm with you, it's strange. Do you think the people back home would want to see this? I bet they'd be amazed. Yeah, I mean, we come from a place that's warm all year round. A land covered in ice is like a crazy dream world. Yeah, and I think the little ones would love to play in the snow. No doubt. Do you reckon we can pile some of this up and take it back to the colony? That sounds like a great idea. Everyone would be so excited. The adults are busy building their homes, right? So the kids could play with all this snow while they work. Yeah, that's brilliant, Ryan. You do have some pretty good ideas once in a while. You could have left out the once in a while part. We should try and figure out the best way to transport it. It'll melt if we just carry it back ourselves. Yeah, didn't think of that. We'll get Shulk. He'll know what to do. Wait a minute. This is your plan. You come up with something. Give me a break, Fiora. You should know me and Shulk work as a team. You'll never change, either of you, I'd imagine. As ever, additional ones are at the end of the episode. I used to work with a guy who was from Mauritius, the Dodo Island, the one in the middle of the Indian Ocean, and when he moved to the UK, he'd never seen snow before, and then the first time it snowed, I remember his reaction was quite silly. He was like, "It's wet." And I was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "Yeah." He'd seen it, obviously, he knew what snow was, he'd seen it in films and stuff like that, he just never physically experienced it before. He's like, "I knew it would be cold, but weirdly I didn't think it would be wet," which I guess makes sense, but it was very funny. And totally understandable. With that, we now need to do the final quest of this arc, which involves speaking to Dawn in the morning. Oh no, it doesn't. We need to cash in this one with Alexi first. Perfect, thanks. I'll rush these over to Zell's dad. You wait here. Zell will want to thank you personally. It didn't work. He admitted that I managed to bring him what he asked for. Then he started going on about how I'm no good for Zell. There's nothing I can do. He's his daughter's father. Wait, he's his daughter's father. Oh yeah, that does make sense. It took me a moment. Looks like I'll have to take whatever he throws at me. Sorry I made you go through all that work for nothing. And then they disappear! And that completes stopping the elopement. Zell Argentis, obviously mutually exclusive with the other, stopping the elopement. So we'll go and speak to Zell in the morning. Not Zell, Dawn. And he says exactly the same thing. I can't find my daughter, do you know where she might be? And we get a vision, but it's different this time. Zell, we should be there soon. Then we can get on with our lives in peace. It's not been easy to find. Are you sure we'll be okay there? It won't be easy to begin with, but we'll be on our feet in no time, as long as we stick together. So they've run away, but this time to Satoral Marsh for the couple. So you won't say, wish I'd never gone against the decision in the first place, blah 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 blah. They are in Satoral Marsh, specifically, where's it gone? They are up here in the Nopon Refuge, so let's head up there. So, it's Zell that we need to speak to, not Alexi. But while you're here, if we trade with Alexi... This is, do you remember from a couple of episodes ago, there was the, what's it called? The energy aubergine. The only thing you can trade for it is a Sacred Panther, which is a material from the Central Factory. The only way you can get a Sacred Panther by trading is by trading here with Alexi. And actually, we genuinely don't have anything that's even high enough price to trade for it. But you can only get it by trading with Alexi while he is here in Satoral Marsh for this single part of a multi-step branching quest. So in order to get the fucking energy aubergine, you have to do this, trade with him here, then also have done best boots and trade with Bozatrox on the fallen arm to get what you actually need. Absurd. But what we actually want to do is speak with Zell.
How's things?
I've been waiting for you. For me? You appear to be the one who best understands my feelings. I would have thought that a change of scenery would change my life. But it looks like such a thing is not so easy to achieve. You're not wrong. I used to live at the camp, so I know how it feels. It's certainly not nice living in a cave. That it is not. Bathing is a far cry from what I'm used to, and food is scarce. The ground is so hard I can't sleep properly. But you've got a home you can go back to if you want. Wouldn't it be better to go back? You are right. I do want to be in the colony, live in that house, and see my family. Do you think I could persuade Alexei to take us back? I just don't have the willpower to ask him to change his mind. Okay, I'll talk to him. Thank you so much.
How's it going?
Hello there. Alexei, wasn't it? How's everything going here? Not too bad. Not as convenient as the colony, but we're adapting just fine. You mean you're coping? But what about her? You mean Zell? She looks like she's settled in, but it's early days still. Give her time, she'll be just fine, like me. How long are you guys going to live here for? Forever? Is that what you really want? Haven't you thought about children? This isn't the place to raise them. And when you get lonely without anyone to talk to, look at her. Zell looks far from being happy, Alexei. Well, okay, there's some truth in that. Have you thought about going back to Colony 6? You wouldn't have to worry about having children with Zell. You could raise a family and live happily together. I know, but there's one problem. Zell's pig-headed dad. You love Zell, don't you? Of course I love her, more than anyone in the world. And how about her father? Stubborn as he is, don't you think he loves her too? He loves her. A father that dotes that much on a daughter must love her. Have you asked Zell how much she feels about her father? I don't imagine for a minute that she hates him either, but you're forcing her to put you before her own father. You're annoying both her and her father's feelings in this. I know, but look into Zell's eyes, and you'll see what her heart is saying. All I can see is a sad and tormented young woman. You're right. We'll go back to Colony 6. That's good to hear. I know it wasn't my place to say any of that, but it needed to be said. No, I'm glad you said it. You spoke like you feel the same towards family and friends. You must cherish them a lot. I'm glad you came here, otherwise I'd still be blind to her feelings. Now you're starting to make me blush. Anyone would have done the same. I suppose me and Zell should pack our things for the journey. Hopefully we'll get to see each other again back in the colony. Yeah, not only do I slightly prefer the character of Zell to N, I also kind of prefer the resolution arguments put forward by Charlotte there. Anyway, this quest originally came from Don, so let's go back and talk to him. My daughter has returned. You persuaded her, and for that I am truly grateful. Good, it was our pleasure. We are considering whether the three of us should live together. Don says all the same stuff here, as in the previous one. It's weird to obviously not show this, because we showed it in the not happening thing, but it is the same thing. Love and affection overcome all. They're infectious, travelling from person to person. And that completes stopping the elopement, Zell Argentis. Again, obviously mutually exclusive. And Charlotte's affection skill branch has been unlocked, and now we can actually take a good look at that. Her final branch, prioritizing it will improve maximum HP. Improves healing arts after being warned by a vision. That's really good, because that's most of what I use Charlotte for, is you get a vision and then you tell her to do some healing in response to it. Healing arts restore more HP, also great. Heals the party slightly after a successful burst affinity, really good. Grants Ether Protect buff with Battle Start Affinity. I'm never sure those Battle Start Affinity buff ones, they just give you a kick at the beginning of a fight, they're not amazing. And heals remaining party members when incapacitated, so if Charlotte dies, they get an extra 20% of their health. It's a pretty good tree, all things considered. And we don't weirdly get an achievement for it, we only get achievement for inviting everyone rather than actually completing all the quests. But if we look here, Colony 6, 100% complete, population of 150. Each person brings oh, there we go, bursting at the seams, we do get an achievement for it. Good and fixed, also an achievement. This is very good. Because we're done with Colony 6. We've still got a couple more episodes of side quests to do. Next episode, we're going to be wrapping up another, game-long quest, which you may not have even realised we've been doing. Started when we were first in Satoral Marsh. We did some stuff in Magnet Forest, and we'll be in Tephra Cave finishing it off. You'll learn what it is, because we haven't actually got the quest that links all three of them yet, but you might have been thinking about it in the back of your head anyway. Hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day. It'll melt as soon as we move towards a warmer climate. Then we better get someone to help who knows this stuff. Well, right, that could work. The problem is, where do we even start? I reckon we need some kind of special container. I guess we'll have to enlist Professor Shulk. Nice one. Same as always, huh? I've been relying on him since we were kids. You're not wrong. Let's talk to him about it later. That is a plan if ever I heard one. You think so? What, and you don't? No, I'm sorry, the thing is, Shulk taught me about why the sky rains ice like this. Did he now? That Shulk sure knows a thing or two. Yeah, sometimes I can't believe how different the two of you are. Sorry, can't all be brilliant. Anyway, go on then. Tell me why it rains ice then. Give me a second. Water from a sea evaporates. Then it reaches the sky where it freezes and rains down as ice. You don't say. Not that I've ever have guessed. To tell the truth, I only half understand it myself. Right, that's it. We've been chatting here so long, my toes are about to fall off. Don't be so dramatic, Ryan. I don't remember. Hey, you said you knew! I did, I just forgot, alright? Sure you ain't lying to me? No, I'm not lying to you, Ryan. Quit staring at me like that. Ask me again tomorrow, alright? I'm sure I'll remember by then. I'd better get Shulk to explain it to me again, and soon.